In this episode, we're pushing to get our certificate of occupancy. Basically, it's just a legal document that states we're allowed to move in, but we have a big checklist before we can even apply. So basically, we have 2 weeks to get our C of O, and there's a very long checklist of items we need to complete before we can get that C of O, starting with our mechanical inspection. So that'll include our final plumbing, our final electric, and our final HVAC. And then we can get to the final building inspection, and that's a long list of items in itself. So let's get into it.
So the last time we saw you guys, we were finishing the built-in cabinets and the coffee bar. But there's still a lot of interior things that we need to finish on this house.
So the next thing is the trim and the stairs. So while the guys are inside, we'll be outside on the front porch trying to figure out our front columns and what we need to do. In our original design, we have 2 columns on each side of the front porch. So a few months ago, we had to decide how big the columns would be and how far apart from each other.
Hey, we want to do 2 beams. Do you guys think our beam? Okay, we want to do 2 columns.
Okay, how far?
Do you guys think our columns should be wider?
Yeah, I think it looks good. Once we knew the size and placement of the columns, we built the boxes that would hold the columns, and then the stone was adhered. Now back to real time, it's time to lay on the stone caps and build the columns.
Don't break that, Ferris. Help, Lisa.
I thought I was done with masonry when we did part of the stone, but now we're back, and these things are heavy.
They're really heavy.
I think we have a problem. I got this, right? Lift it back.
Maneuver. I'm good.
So we're using these limestone caps that will go on top of the stone that's already been built on our front porch. So then once that's done, then we'll use some cedar plank and we'll build up the columns. We finally completed the 2 columns on each side. So in our original drawings, we also had an angled beam or column going on the sides, connecting the horizontal beam. Let us know if you guys think we should add that. Meanwhile, back inside, the guys finished up the base and trim along with the stairs.
Now it's time to pick out the paint and stain colors.
My favorite job. All right, guys, it's 8 p.m. We're pushing to get that C of O, and our stairs are getting stained tomorrow, and we had to pick the perfect color. Our flooring is a European oak, which pulls beige undertones, while the stairs are red oak, which pull red undertones. We are using a white underneath to mask some of the red that's pulling through that red oak, and then we're using briar smoke on top of it, and you can see our floor is here, and got a perfect match. Now that we have the stain for the stairs, now we need the stain for the doors. So for our interior doors, we're using those Knotty Elder doors, and we love the color of them. So originally I was going to just keep it a natural color, but in some sunlight, some of the red was popping through. So we're going to add the same pine gray stain on top of these doors that we used on our cathedral ceiling. All of our interior doors are knotty pine except for our office door. We went with the pine instead just to save on some cost. But because pine doesn't stain that well, we decided to use a darker stain that would match our floors. And it turned out a little blotchier than I anticipated.
It might not just have been the stain, it might have been the person applying the stain.
That may be true. I didn't use a wood conditioner and I probably should have. So if you guys have any tips, maybe just tell us, hey, guys, just paint it black because it's just not salvageable.
While all the staining is going on, the plumbers are here to install the final plumbing fixtures.
All right, well, the guys are upstairs. There's still some leftover insulation that we didn't finish in the basement, so I gotta clean that up. So I never thought I'd be wearing this outfit again, but in order to get our C of O, we have to do a tad more insulation. So you see these cavities up here? Because this is an exterior wall, we need to add insulation on top of the drywall, up at the top, because this wall is more susceptible to losing heat. So that's why we gotta put in that insulation. If we don't do it, we don't get the C of O. Well, down in the basement, we noticed how messy it was and how uneven our cement floors were. We borrowed a floor grinder from some of our friends to even it out and get that dust up. So we got the insulation in all the bath holes, and we've completed grinding our entire basement floor. Honestly, this took so long and it is so much messier than we anticipated. Let us know what you guys think we should do down here. I have a few ideas, but I'd be curious to know what you guys think. Back upstairs, the guys finished installing the plumbing fixtures. We went with Delta Champagne Bronze in all of our bathrooms and in our kitchen. I actually found these on Amazon under the open box section. This can be a little tedious. You might have to buy, return if there's any issues, but overall this saved us thousands of dollars because these are just a fraction of the cost.
And they look really nice.
They do look really nice.
Like we said, we're pushing really hard to get this certificate of occupancy, aka C of O, and everyone's been doing a fantastic job, but we're all having to work around each other to try to get this done within 2 weeks.
So this week we had the drywall repair guy come. It's part of our drywall package. So if any damage happened to the drywall, they come and fix it. And remember how our ceilings didn't have any insulation during that November time when we got some cracks in our ceiling. So they went ahead and fixed that. And our painters are here this week. They've already painted all of our base and casings, and then in a few days, they'll do our walls. Earlier in our selections video, we decided to go with the color Snowbound from Sherwin-Williams.
I think like if we're going for a white, I like the Snowbound more than this one because this is just too bright for me.
We're using the Sheen's matte on the walls and ceiling along with satin on the trim. The stairs are stained briar smoke on the treads and painted Snowbound on the risers. Next on our checklist is to double check and make sure we're happy with the hardwood sample that we had originally picked out. And I'm saying this because if you guys remember, maybe almost a year ago, Ferris just wasn't that sure when we did pick out that sample.
That doesn't look the same at all. So then how the hell am I supposed to? Need more time.
So instead, I went ahead and bought a whole box of the flooring and laid it out just so we can be sure. We'll say picking your hardwood floors is one of the biggest decisions because it runs along the entirety of your house and you're looking at it constantly. So totally recommend buying 1 to 2 boxes and laying it out on the floor.
All right, Lisa. After seeing it all laid out on the floor, I'm much more convinced.
Good, because I wasn't changing my mind.
I'm a seer to believer, you know what I'm saying?
Gotta see the vision. The floor installer is gonna start in the master and work his way all the way across the house. The flooring is about 3/4 of the way done in our master bedroom, and I'm loving how the floor turned out. It's definitely more on the rustic side, so I wouldn't say it's for everyone, not if you're going for a super modern home. There is some variation between the planks. There's a lot of knots. It's just giving an overall rustic vibe, which is the vibe of our home.
The flooring has made its way into the living room and up to the stairs. So what does that mean?
You get to see how the stain matches. Testing out the stains for the stairs kept me up all night, but it was worth it because it matches to the floor perfectly. Goes great with our balusters. I could not be more pumped about how this turned out. All right, to add to the chaos, the painters are back to paint the walls and the floor installers here, so they're just gonna have to work around each other.
While they're working that out, we just received a shipment of door handles and door stoppers from Explore Hardware. All right, so the good people at Explore Hardware sent us door stoppers and door handles for all of our doors, so let's put them in.
All right, where are we starting?
So since we have 27 doors, I want to get into our master bedroom, so let's get this started. The boxes are nice. You can already tell, like, this is probably a better product than something that we would have went with. We're very lucky that they sent this to us and very appreciative. But you can tell by the weight, like this is very heavy. By the weight of these, that they're solid on the inside. Very nice door handle.
You know, my favorite part is the knurl.
Oh yeah.
Is that called?
So yeah, so the only reason I know that this is called knurled is that from barbells, if you have this on a barbell, it's like putting your hand on the knurl. Knurl?
Oh, really? I didn't
The
know.
gnarl. Gnarl.
It's spelled Knurled.
Is it knurl or gnarl?
I don't know, but I like it.
Shoot, let me look it up.
What's the consensus?
So yes, it's called knurl. A gnarl is a creature from Harry Potter. It's like a hedgehog. So the tools I'm gonna be using for this job is a chisel, just in case we need to chisel out the wood a little bit to make it fit, because these are squared at the end and our doors are round. It would be a quick job. Sometimes they do come in round, but these ones are square. Then I have my power drill and a hammer if I need it, but I don't think so. Mostly I think I can get it done with this chisel and just my brute man strength. All right, I gently just chiseled this one out. Let's see if it fits. Perfect fit. Okay, now I'm gonna drill it in. All right, so I got the latch in and I got that screwed in. Now I'm gonna put the swivel spindle in. Now that's through, it's in there as far as it can go. Now I have the interior and exterior lever. So there's 3 different holes on this one, and there's just only one hole on this one. So you wanna put the interior, this is the interior one because it has 3 holes. This is where the screws will be going in. You don't want your screws to be on the outside because then someone could just take off your door handles and get inside your room with a screwdriver. So you wanna make sure it fits nice.
While everyone's working in the living room area, we'll continue installing these 20-some door handles and stoppers.
These are some nice door stoppers, not your normal springy ones. That it's going to end up in a spot where the door is going to hit when it opens. Just want to put this right in the middle of your base molding. I'm just going to pre-drill these, at least make some marks here.
Crazy.
The door has been stopped, people.
Lock the door and turn the lights down low.
Play that music soft and slow.
Now to add just a few more people to our living room / kitchen area, the electricians are here to install our final lighting fixtures. Today is light fixture day, which is a huge deal. All of our final light fixtures are going in. I've even spray painted our cans for the cathedral ceiling so that they'll match versus being just plain white. And then you can already see we have some picture gallery lights above our built-ins, and I'm super excited. Big day for us. For our kitchen table, we'll be using a 4-globe chandelier from Pottery Barn. I like to hang fixtures at about 36 inches above the table. In the living room, we'll have 2 oversized black chandeliers from Wayfair. Since our ceilings are so tall, we need to get larger chandeliers to look to scale. They are to be hung at about 1/3 of the ceiling height. The first is a 6-arm swoop traditional chandelier with candles. The foyer light is an 8-candle lantern chandelier.
Electricians are moving outside to finish off our exterior light fixtures, and the floor installer is finishing out the living room and getting into the kitchen. It's starting to come together.
We installed our fireplace, almost a year ago now?
It was like one of the first things we did.
I know, you have
Wow.
to, you have to.
Our fireplace has been through a war.
Oh my gosh, it has been through a war. I have to clean this puppy out. But because the fireplace is part of our final mechanical inspections, we have to get this done. So basically we just gotta put in the panels, put in the rocks, push the button, make sure it works.
Just got the call from Lowe's. Our refrigerator is coming in. We'll see
If it'll fit
Yeah, if
in
it
that
will.
spot. I'm so nervous that it's not gonna fit.
Flashback to when we had Kevin helping us figuring out our cabinets and our panels for the refrigerator.
Okay, push it backwards just a touch. Push it forward this side.
Let's see if we measured correctly.
More towards you if you can. Oh, too much?
Go as much as you want.
Okay. All right, how much room do you have?
Last but not least, let's get these final cabinet doors on so that the cabinets will be ready for the cabinet hardware.
Wow, so many moving parts, so many people, so much extra time for us. Every extra moment we've had, we've put into this house, and to see it coming together, to finally reach the final stages, it feels really, really good. I know we have more to go, but getting your C of O is a huge milestone.
Oh, it's so exciting, and I cannot wait to move into this home.
So I hope we get it.
Yeah, me too. So far, we've passed our electrical, our HVAC, and our plumbing inspection. Stay tuned to see if we'll pass our final building inspection.
Since it's summer, I've been itching to put together the ultimate outdoor patio, the grill, lounge, fireplace, because that's where I want to be. So stay tuned. We'll see you in the next one. Hit the subscribe and give us a like.
See ya.